All right, so this next example wants us to find the lateral area and the surface area of a right regular triangular prism with a height of 20 centimeters and base edges of length 10 centimeters, and then round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, well this is a lot of things. Right regular triangular prism, okay? And it's got, again, a height of 20 centimeters and base edges of length 10 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to go ahead and draw this. Okay, so art has never been my strong point, but let's just go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, so here we go. Here's my right regular triangular prism. Okay, and I'm going to try to do this too. So okay, and I'm going to go ahead and connect. Okay. Not terrible. Okay, I'll give myself an F plus. Okay, but that again, it's a right angle here. Okay, we're assuming that our lateral edge is perpendicular to our base edge. Okay, we'll say that again. All of these side lengths are the same, right? They're all going to be 10 centimeters. Okay, and let's see what else. We have a height of 20 centimeters, right? So it means all of these sides are going to be 20 centimeters. Right, and what we're interested in is a couple different things, right? We're interested in the lateral area, as well as the surface area. Okay, so a couple things that we are actually interested in. Okay, so for lateral area, we want a couple different things, right? So for lateral area, what we're looking for is, we're going to say L equals the perimeter of the base, right? Which is just P, okay, multiplied by our height. Okay, so this one is really pretty simple, right? Our lateral area is going to be equal to our perimeter. Well, the perimeter of our base is just going to be 10 plus 10 plus 10, right? So it's just going to be 30. I'll write it as 10 plus 10 plus 10 if that helps. Okay, but our lateral, our base, let's just go back here. Instead of, I got to write our perimeter equals 10 plus 10 plus 10. Okay, so our perimeter then is just going to be equal to 30 centimeters, right? Again, that's not our answer, that's just going to help us solve our problem, right? So now our lateral area is going to be equal to our perimeter, which is 30 centimeters, multiplied by our height, which is 20 centimeters. Okay, so 30 times 20, well 3 times 2 is 6, and then add 2 zeros. Our lateral area is just going to be equal to 600, and this is going to be square centimeters, right? So centimeters squared. All right, so that is going to be our lateral area. All right, well, now we want to go find our surface area. Okay, and when we find our surface area, we're going to run into a little bit of a problem. Okay, but let's just go ahead and get started anyways. All right, so our surface area is just going to be equal to, again, we can use our lateral area, or I can just say it's my perimeter times my height plus 2 times the area of the base. Right, so I'm going to cheat here and just say that my perimeter times my height just gave me 600 square centimeters, right? So I'll say that the surface area is going to be equal to 600 plus 2 times the area of my base. Okay, well, what is the area of my base? Okay, well, I don't know that yet. Okay, and what I don't know, unfortunately, is I do not know the height of my triangle, right? I know that the base length is 10 centimeters, but I don't know the height. Okay, so what I have to do now is I have to basically find the area of the base the way that we found the area of a regular polygon, right? So I have to take this 360 and divide it by 3 sides, which gives me 120. And I take that 120 and I'll divide that by 2, and I find that I get 60 degrees, right? So really what I'm saying at this point, to change colors, is I'm saying that this angle right here is 60 degrees, okay? And I know that when I cut this in half, that this side is now going to be 5 centimeters, okay? And I'm really interested in finding my apothem, right, or my A, okay? And I also know my side length ratios for a special right triangle, right? I know that my side opposite of the 60 has this ratio of radical 3. My side opposite of the 30 has this ratio of 1, and this has a ratio of 2. Okay, and so now what I'm really trying to do at this point is I'm trying to figure out what my apothem is. So I'm going to write apothem right here. Okay, so my apothem, I'm just going to use ratios to figure this out. I'm going to say that, well, I have a radical 3 to 1 ratio, and that's equal to my actual length of 5 over our apothem. Okay, so if I continue here, I want to figure out what my apothem is to help me solve this problem. Okay, so I'm going to go back to red here, and I'll say that radical 3 times my apothem is going to give me 5. So my apothem is going to be equal to 5 over radical 3, okay, which is then just going to give me, I'll multiply both the top and the bottom by rad 3 to rationalize. So my apothem is going to be equal to 5 radical 3 over 3. Okay, I'm still not done yet. I know my apothem and I know my perimeter, so I have to say that my area of my base is going to be equal to 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. Right? So this is going to be 1/2 multiplied by 5 rad 3 over 3 multiplied by my perimeter, which we said was 30. Okay, so now my area is going to be equal to 150 radical 3 over 6. Okay, and so if I divide 150 by 6, I'll get 25. Right, so my area is basically going to be equal to 25 radical 3, and this is going to be measured in square centimeters. Okay, so now I have to take that information and go all the way back up here. Okay, go all the way back up here and say that my surface area is going to be equal to 600 plus 2 times 25 times radical 3. Okay, now this is where we can just go straight to our calculators, right? So our surface area is just going to be equal to 600 plus 2 times 25 rad 3 in my calculator, and I get 686.6, right? So it tells us to round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is a 686.6, and this is square centimeters. Okay, and that is going to be our final answer. Okay, so kind of a long problem, but it's something that I know you guys can handle.